Welcome to the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex this evening for Varsity Football on TV Coach Go. I'm Mike James, joined by Kevin Pugh and Jeff Brooks on the camera. Tonight's matchup, it's the Chatham-Kent Cougars varsity squad hosting the Guelph Junior Gryphons. The Gryphons come into this game 2-0, and the Cougars 0-2, looking for their first win on the season, Kevin, and looks like they're going to have a tough task against this Guelph team here this evening.
Well, like as always, we're a little undermanned compared to the Guelph team. We do have quite a lot of very athletic players on the varsity squad. We're just a little bit low in numbers, but on any given Sunday or any given Saturday night.
That's right. It is a Saturday night here in Chatham-Kent, and it should be noted it is pretty warm out here tonight as well.
It is boiling.
So the Cougars going to kick this one off to Guelph. They're going to get the first possession of this football game tonight.
Niven does have a very good leg.
And we're underway here. A good deep kick there from the Cougars. And it's caught cleanly and returned with a lot of room ahead of them. Pretty decent coverage there from the Cougars special teams. That ball brought up to about the 30-yard line.
Good gang tackle at the end there. Swarming to the ball.
Brought down by Cody Miller and Tanner Emery.
So we'll get our first look at the Guelph Junior Gryphons offense.
I'm a big fan of the run game, but you got to have the horses up front, or at least the system to run it. We're looking to do the same as well at JV, so hopefully they can show us something here. Just a matter. Yeah, not very good contained by the Cougars defense there. But he did bounce it outside off tackle on them.
So as we mentioned, fresh set of downs here for Guelph. 1st and 10 from their own 48. And they'll give it right up the middle again. And that running game on the first two plays of this game looking pretty strong so far over that left side again.
The unfortunate thing with two plays like that is usually most offensive coordinators will just keep on bringing it until it stops. So the Cougars are going to have to stand tight here and make a big stop.
So Guelph now on the Cougar side of the football field at their 44-yard line. They're going to hand it off and look to go around the outside.
Xavier Rogers with the carry.
Looks like, yeah, number 6 that time with the carry for Guelph, Xavier Rogers, who's one of their wide receivers. Looked like he might have been lined up in the slot and then came around to take that handoff.
Yeah, it looked like a good slot around, and Guelph did a really good job of sealing the edge there. A couple of the Cougars got caught inside. Minimize the gain. Luckily, though, at the end there.
So they'll call that a gain of about 9 yards, so 2nd and 1 here for Guelph. They're going to hand it off just over that right side this time.
Good for a first down.
Nathan Small with the carry.
Nathan Small with the carry that time, number 28.
Stopped by Tanner Emery, but not before a first down.
I'm told the coaching staff for Guelph tells me that Nathan Small is their scat back and has rushed for over 100 yards in their first 2 games this season. So clearly a threat for this team from Guelph.
Especially going in between the tackles, pretty impressive.
They're going to pass this time. First time Guelph puts it in the air. Looks like that one's completed.
Not bad coverage by Cougars.
Aiden Frazier with the reception that time on the throw from Job Reinhardt. Actually, it's pronounced Job, I'm told.
Job. Biblical.
That it is. Yeah, it's spelt Job, but pronounced Job. Interesting story about Job, too, and his brother we'll tell you about a little bit later on. So on first down, they're going to hand it off up the middle.
Looks like it might be another first down. Pretty close.
Ryan Fiorno with the carry.
This type of offense just grinds you down, which is unfortunate for the Cougars, especially with a low number on their squad.
And the heat, not to mention as well. Obviously, that can play a factor as this game goes on.
Definitely. It's hard to believe it's after 7 p.m. and it's as hot as it is still. So, but I guess we can't complain too much after the winter that we just had.
Yeah, they'll bring out the sticks for this one to measure. It's close enough to see if they got the first down or not. And they're, just a little bit short there, so it's going to bring up third down and less than a yard. I was mentioning we had an interesting story about Joe Reinhardt, the quarterback for Guelph. His brother was actually signed by the Toronto Argonauts just this past offseason, and now is going to be their long snapper. He's a University of Guelph grad, I understand.
Oh, nice.
So,
well, the long snap is a definite art when it comes to the Canadian game. Or the American, for that matter.
Yeah, that's right. It is definitely not an easy art to master.
Not at all.
So a big third down here, 3rd and short. Guelph going to look to drive.
Second effort. Great second effort. They had him stopped, but just kept the wheels turning.
That's Ryan Finoro, number 36, the other running back for Guelph. I'm told he's more the thunder back, if you will, or as small as the lightning. Yeah. Finoro, they say, isn't going to try to make you miss. He's just going to bowl you over.
Yeah, well, he just pretty much bowled over his whole line there, too, almost.
Yeah, good job by Finoro to keep his legs moving and bounce off that pile and kick it outside, get the first down for Guelph. So 1st and 10 here from just inside the 20.
Here goes that end around again.
That's number 4, Roger Kinga.
Number 4, Roger Kinga with the carry.
He's actually listed as a defensive back here for Guelph, but gets the carry that time. And a nice pickup on first down again, just shy of the fresh set of downs. They're going to call it second, and it looks to be inches here.
9 on the play brings up 2nd down and 1.
So I guess we will probably see the Thunder on this play, I would assume.
Yeah, short yardage. Certainly the right time for it. And there it is.
There it is, off the left.
That's right, that's Finoro. Listed at just over 200 pounds.
Well, that's a lot of thunder coming out of the back.
Stopped by number 53, Cam Rylet Ward. And Tanner Emery.
Just what you'd expect, too. 2 hands on the football, ready to get into that pile. Make sure he has that football secured and doesn't put it on the turf.
Definitely, that's something that we preach constantly. Don't hold it like a loaf of bread.
So fresh set of downs here. 1st and goal for Guelph.
Oh, great defensive play on the edge.
Good job there by number 12, Trevor Niven of the Cougars to make that stop.
Stopped by Trevor Niven.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully the Cougars can buck up here and have a nice goal line stance after all this movement down the field.
Yeah, would you almost consider it a win here? You only give up 3 or maybe 1 the way that Guelph has driven down the field here on this first possession?
Oh, definitely a win. Definitely, even if they do give up the 3.
So a big 2nd down here for Guelph. They're going to run it up the middle, try to power it in, and the Cougars defense does their job. They bend but don't break there on second down.
Once again with the carry.
What's going to be the decision here?
Shot by Tanner Emery.
I'm thinking that Guelph just might be looking to punch it in here. Oh, maybe not. Looking like they're going to attempt the field goal.
Yeah, it looks like special teams coming on here for the Junior Gryphons.
Definitely, like we had said, a victory for the Cougars defense. Even better if we can maybe get in here and block this.
Actually, looks like they brought in a different package here, and they are going to go for it on third down.
Oh, well, they got back. Bounce it off again, but that time.
They're going to say he's in.
Oh.
Touchdown, Guelph Gryphons.
Pretty similar to that play earlier on, I think, third and short, but just a little bit too late.
Yeah, good job by Thunder, Ryan Finoro, to get that ball over the line. It looked like it was going to be close. A couple good stops there from the Cougars, but just couldn't hold them from getting over that goal line. Looked like it was Nathan McIntyre and Eric DeMars in on the tackle, but Finoro just able to power his way over that goal line and give Guelph 6 points. Looking to add on to that here. That kick is up and good, so Guelph, the first to strike with 7:54 to go here in the first quarter, and the Junior Gryphons, first ones on the board on their very first offensive possession, showing that they are a run-first team and pretty good at it too.
Yeah, they definitely were not fibbing when they said that they were a run-first team. I think we saw one pass in that whole series, and a lot of lightning and thunder down the field. So.
Certainly did, yeah, that's right. That running back tandem of Small and Finoro, and definitely getting the job done there on that first series. So the Cougars now going to get their chance on offense. We mentioned the records coming into this one before the kickoff. The Guelph team is 2-0, the Cougars 0-2, and coming off a tough loss last weekend. Couldn't put any points on the board up against Forest City on the road, dropping that one, and they dropped the opener here at the athletic complex in Chatham against Peterborough. That was a tightly fought contest, 16-10. They come out on the losing end on that one. So Cougars offense going to look to get things going here early for sure.
Well, let's hope so. I actually was in attendance of the home game against Peterborough, and it was a tight game. Not so tight last week, but heard a few things about that as well that I won't bring on the air, but they definitely have to get some offense going, and I think they got the right guy at quarterback to get it done. Jalen Butcher is quite an athlete.
So a good kick there, and it's going to be the defensive back, number 11 for the Cougars with the return, and a good return at that. Nice job there from Nathan McIntyre. Number 11 getting the ball out to the 35-yard line. That's where the Cougars going to take over the ball on offense. As you mentioned, Jalen Butcher, number 5, the quarterback, going to look to lead this offense down the field.
Yeah, that Nathan McIntyre, a Petrolia kid, I had a chance to see him play in the 8-on-8 league in the fall. And he played a lot of running back for that team, and he's very shifty, great vision, and lightning quick. So he can get things done as well.
Yeah, certainly a really good athlete. We saw him make some real nice plays here in that first game when he was at the defensive back position, obviously.
Definitely. Let's see what Jalen has.
So Jalen Butcher, number 5, a quarterback. It's a low snap. He's able to scoop it up and then hand it off. Good play by Butcher.
Mark Kellett with the carry.
Not a bad run for both 5 after not a very good snap.
At 5 yards on first down. You'll take that for sure. Number 23 with the carry, Mark Kellett.
Gain of 5 on the play, brings up second down 5.
Mark Kellett, a Wallsburg fella. Played for me a few years back.
They're going to drop back to pass this one. Look like they're trying to set up the screen. Kellett does a nice job ducking under a couple would-be tacklers, and that's going to be close to a first down.
Mark Kellett slips the tackle.
Definitely, very close. I believe we'll bring the chains out to take a look at that one.
Boy, that was a great job by Kellett there, avoiding 2 would-be tacklers in the backfield after taking that screen pass and turning what looked to be a loss maybe or nothing into something.
Yeah, Mark Kellev is one great athlete. He can play both sides of the ball. When he played for me, he played on the defensive side, so very versatile.
They will go for it on third down here, third and short. They're going to drop back to pass. And Butcher's running for his life, and he can't get away. And that ball is going to be turned over on downs.
Butcher sacked on the
Butcher
play.
sacked for a big loss.
Yep. A little bit of a jailbreak action there by Guelph, and pretty hard to pick up by the offensive line for the Cougars when they know the situation.
A loss of almost 15 yards on that play before Butcher's brought down, and Guelph's going to get the football here in great position.
Yep, maybe a little bit early, but
Guelph will begin
sometimes you got to give it a shot.
Line.
So Guelph with their second possession here on offense. They're going to go to the air here on first down. They got a man. Oh! And it is dropped. It was right in the hands of the receiver, number 18, Evan Geddes. And he had a step on the defender there, but just couldn't pull it in right off of his hands. A well-thrown football there, and a catch you usually expect from the receiver.
Yeah, and definitely one of those situations where when you're a run-first offense, you kind of sometimes can lull the defense to sleep. So you don't get as close to coverage as you'd like on that odd pass play.
Yeah, you start to cheat a little bit on the run, don't you? And then that's when they'll go over top.
Yeah. Start peeking in the backfield as a DB, you're in trouble.
So second down here and 10. They'll go to the air again on consecutive plays, and good job there by the defense.
That was a rush and a half. Looked like Carter Claridge off the edge. Got a motor on him.
Attempted pass. Sacked.
It looked like maybe Joe Breinhart maybe lost his footing there at the end too to help with that sack, but nonetheless, it is a loss of 1 yard, and good job there by the defense. They hold their ground.
Definitely great job considering, especially considering they didn't have a lot of time off in between, and looks like they've come out here and they're ready to play.
So Guelph deciding to punt here. A good-looking punt there, a nice high kick. Cougars going to concede. No, maybe not.
Good job of getting it out. Yeah, it definitely did look like he was going to go down on one knee. Kind of faked everybody out.
So able to get it out of the end zone, and Cougars going to take over the football on the 20-yard line. 5:03 to go here in this first quarter, this varsity football matchup here on TV Coach Go. It is the Chatham-Kent Cougars hosting the Guelph Junior Gryphons here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. Guelph scored on their first possession. That's the only score this game so far. This is Chatham-Kent's second offensive possession here in this football game.
Hopefully we can get something rolling here. He did have a couple good plays on the first set.
From Guelph.
Mark Kellett with the carry.
Yeah, try to get that edge. You got to get a seal block out there, and it just the player from Guelph just did a really good job of holding containment on that edge.
The Cougars have made a change here at quarterback. Look like it's number 15, Cody Miller, perhaps, at quarterback. Oh, excuse me, it's number 10.
Way to come back.
Oh! That ball up in the air. Looked like the defender might have had possession when they came down.
It'd be an interesting call because it's simultaneous. It usually ends up going to the offense.
That is true.
It did appear that the Guelph player had it in possession first. So.
And it looks like they are going to give it to Guelph.
That's a tough one.
Holding on Chatham-Kent has declined. Guelph takes over at the Chatham-Kent 44-yard line.
Okay, so Guelph getting the football here after that interception. On the Cougar side of the field once again. They're going to hand it off around that left side.
Great
good job there.
Well sniffed out that time by the Cougars defense. I think it's a great play, but maybe gone a little bit to the well a few too many times with that end around.
Yeah, that was the receiver Xavier Rogers with the carry that time for Guelph. And
gain of 3 brings up second down 7.
Nice job on the far side of that Cougars defense. Come up and make a nice sure tackle at the ankles.
Definitely great pursuance by Cougar D.
So a 2nd and 7 here.
Going into a shotgun.
They fake the handoff to the first man, but they do give it to the second man. Some room on that far side of the football field.
That's good for a first down.
Stopped by Braden Fisher.
What I do notice about the backs from Guelph is they're not by no means small, but they get themselves very small in their stance, and they stay very low. Very hard to locate them, even in between the tackles.
32-yard line.
So that was enough for the first down. Guelph with a fresh set of downs now at the Cougar 26-yard line. They're going to hand it off up the middle.
Looks like they're going back to the chip away offense.
Yeah, looked like that was
Ryan Fenoro with the carry up the middle.
Fenoro, the bigger of the two backs.
We'll have to see whether Chatham's got it in him to hold them to a field goal attempt or a 3rd and short again like last time. Timeout?
Yeah, looks like we have a timeout on the field here.
Timeout, Guelph.
That's actually quite good for the, I think it might work out better for the Cougars defense being out there as long as they have been so far in the heat. That should help them out as well.
Yeah, you can see a number of them with their hands on their hips already, probably gasping a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough being out there, and that's the other thing with 3-down football is you tend to be on the field defensively a lot more, so you need to have some athletes that can really make a difference out there in this heat.
So here we go, 2nd down and about 5 here for Guelph at the Cougars 26-yard line. Oh, they're going to run it up the middle, but good penetration there from the Cougars D.
That's Eric DeMars by the looks of it. Gregor graduate here in town.
And number 34 gets right up the middle there and wraps him up first before a couple of his defenders come in to help finish it off. And force a 3rd down here on Guelph.
Well, it seems to appear that timeout helped the Cougars D a little bit more than the Guelph offense, which is quite good. A field goal attempt here.
Yeah, long one. It's about a 31-yard field goal attempt, and it's long enough, and it is good. Oh, no, excuse me. Sorry, they're calling wide right. Or left, I should say.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your other right.
My other right.
Field goal attempt is no good.
1 point.
Wide to the right.
Well, that's all right. I might have did the same thing. I'll probably do it later.
So that one is wide. And Guelph does get a single point out of that.
Get a single point on that, bringing Guelph's score up to 8.
Well, not a lot of damage done considering, which is very good for the Cougars. Let's just see if we can get a nice drive going here. Methodical maybe down the field, give the defense a little bit of time to get their breath and come out with 7.
So the Cougars make their way up to the line. We're going to hand it off. go up the middle. Looks like that was Kellett again.
With the run up the middle.
So Kellett getting the bulk of the carry so far to start out this game.
Definitely. He, like I said before, he's quite an athlete. He can take some punishment, and he can also dish out a little bit if he needs to. Played out there in Wolfsburg with that wedge offense for years, and he knows how to find seams and such.
Cougars, going to the air and a big hit there. And they cough up the football.
Quarterback sack on the play.
And Guelph recovers it, but boy, oh boy, did the Cougars quarterback take a big lick there.
It's good to see him get up. That was quite a hit right in the chin.
Number 9.
I'm just wondering whether that is Mr. Butcher wearing number 10.
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out up here in the booth because we do have a 10 on our roster, and it's listed as Justice Cumming, but it's been crossed off of our list, so we're not sure if maybe there's been a jersey change.
Yeah, so it definitely does look like Jalen Butcher, the way that he moves, and when I did see him take his helmet off there, it definitely does look like Jalen that's wearing number 10 today.
So first down here for Guelph after the turnover.
That was a great job by that corner. But we got to get up and fill.
Well, we do have
a
flag down on the field there. That was Xavier Rogers, the wide receiver with the carry again. We've seen him run the ball 2 or 3 times now from that receiver position.
Definitely. And it looked like Carter Wood there did a great job of taking on that block on the edge and might have drew the flag, actually. From what I've seen, Carter Wood has been an absolute beast even in these last couple of games with making tackles all over the field. So I think he actually, holding that edge, ended up having Guelph take a penalty. So we're going way back.
So you're right there. Yeah, it is against Guelph. And what was a nice gain for Guelph there on first down drives them back now.
Definitely.
To the 40-yard line, so it's 1st and 20 instead of what looked to be an easy first down for Guelph on that first down play. So
definitely helps out this defense to get some things going here for the Cougars.
A little bit of breathing room behind them.
Yes, definitely.
So 1st and 20 for Guelph. And they fake the handoff on the receiver end around. Oh, and a shifty move by the running back. That's small.
Wow, what a move right at the point of attack. He was dead to rights there, and just one little shift and gone.
Well, that shows you why he rushed for over 100 yards in the first 2 games of the season.
Definitely.
That time got enough on 1st and 20 to give them a fresh set of downs. That run covering about 25 yards. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from Guelph here after the first quarter comes to an end. It's 8-0 Guelph. The junior Gryphons having a lot of success on the ground so far in this game.
Yes, definitely. Well played by the defense, and everybody was in place, but that sort of athleticism and shiftiness, you don't coach that. That kid just got it in him. That sight.
Yeah, it's certainly shifty back there, and not easy to bring down, that's for sure. Definitely got some quickness.
It's what you call sometimes an ankle breaker for a defender trying to make that tackle.
So 1st and 10 here for Guelph from the Cougars, about 15. We'll call it the 13-yard line. They're going to keep this one in the air, and he's got a receiver over there. Looks like that is complete.
I think it's down around the 3 or 4 yard line by the looks of it. Great job of completion and then dropping the feet down and rolling out of bounds.
That is a completed pass. That's going to bring up 1st and goal here from the 2 yard line for Guelph. Again, you go run heavy, and then you throw a pass in there every now and again, and you just kind of catch the defense on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we always do preach for the defensive backs to always keep their eyes out of the back.
They're going to go to the pass on 1st and goal, and that is completed. Touchdown, Guelph.
Touchdown, Guelph.
That's a tough one after all that work. But good play selection. Went to that seam pass to either the slot or the tight end, and first time all game. And the unfortunate thing is you don't jam that tight end on the edge. He's got a free release, and when you only got 4 yards to go, it's not a hard gig.
No, just a little, almost like a little jump pass, and you're in the end zone there. So Guelph getting into the end zone for the second time this game. Look to add the extra point here.
See what sort of push we can get here. Oh,
low snap.
Wow, what a great
job
job
by the Cougars getting penetration up the middle. That time, number 12, Trevor Niven, getting the block.
Looks like he pretty much hurdled the center. You're not allowed to touch the center, but that's to keep him protected. But it looked almost like Mr. Niven just leapfrogged over him into the back.
So the Cougars keep that point off the board, but Guelph nonetheless still up 14-0 at this point, and you got to think that the Cougars coaching staff here wanting to get something going on offense, gain a little bit of confidence maybe on the offensive side of the football. Haven't had a lot of time on offense so far in this game.
Yeah, not a lot at all, and at some point, you know, when you got a jailbreak coming in on the D, you got to just maybe shorten up some routes and get something going. Right now, Guelph's defense is not respecting the run or any short passing game. They're looks like they're just going to try to make Chatham beat them in the air long, and they're going to bring the heat. So hopefully Coach Green and Coach Newman have made some adjustments, and we'll look at moving it a little bit at a time down the field.
So the Cougars get set to receive this kick from Guelph. It's a good-looking kick there. Cougars going to start there at about the 15-yard line with the run back. A little bit of shiftiness, then a lane on that left side. Ooh. Finally brought down there was Zach Konecki. Looked like that had a chance of being a big one.
Yes, somebody from Guelph there just made a really good play.
Stopped by a Jun Sethi, number 8.
Zach Konecki, not the quickest guy out there, but he definitely brings the load when he does come with the ball. Another one of fellows from a few years back of mine that was a Lancer, and all about the game of football, that kid.
Ball will be placed on the Chatham-Kent 26-yard line, first down.
So 1st and 10 from the 26 here for the Cougars. Dropping back, they're going to throw on first down here, and they got a receiver. Oh, and
looked like a lot of contact.
Wow, that was right in the hands of Dewan Mayu, and just dropped it. I think he almost was surprised that it hit him right in the hands. He was battling there with the defensive back on the far side.
Looked like a lot of hand fighting, and then at the last second, that ball was right there.
And now at quarterback, it's a number 7. No, sorry. That was Shad coming out of the backfield. Oh.
Yeah, this Guelph defense is just brushing up the 4 and maybe a couple linebackers and just, you know, daring the Cougars to block it up.
Just no time that time. As soon as the Cougars quarterback got the ball in his hands, it looked like he was scrambling to find a lane.
Yeah, definitely. And it's hard to Jalen Butcher has had some success at quarterback. He's played it a little bit, but he is still developing. Like, really, it's the first full season that he's been at that spot, and it's really hard to develop him when the majority of the time he's running for his life at this point. He needs a little bit of help, and that's unfortunate. He's not getting that right now.
Oh. Return here from Guelph on that far side. Looks like that was number 6, Xavier Rogers, with a pretty good return.
Xavier Rogers with the return.
Definitely after a little bit of a bobble and to pick up some good yards.
Brings the ball to the Chatham-Kent 43-yard line.
So start on the Chatham-Kent side of the field once again. Since the opening kickoff, I'm not sure that Guelph has started on their side of the field.
I don't believe they have, nor do I believe Chatham has started on Guelph side yet, but hopefully a lot can change quickly.
Yeah, Cougars need a big play to turn the momentum here. Guelph going to throw on first down, and they got a man in the seam, but looked like a good play there from number 22, Zach Kaniecki.
For Isaac Smith.
Looked like he got his hand on that football.
Definitely. Zach, like I said before, he's all about football and he works his butt off out there. And he looks like he might have even got a little bit faster. I'm not sure. He definitely didn't seem that fast when he played for me.
So it brings up a 2nd down and 10 here for Guelph. They're going to run it. It's that receiver end around again. Oh, and he's got some real estate on that left side.
Nice job.
That time it's number 4 with the carry, Roger Kinga.
Kinga tries the right side of the defense.
And it looked like the Cougars' defense actually came with a blitz on the far side. It just was a matter of picking the wrong side, really.
So that was a big gainer there.
Ball will be placed on the Chatham-Kent 22-yard line.
About a 20-yard gain from Kinga on that carry.
This would be a perfect time for a turnover. But it looks like Guelph is very sure-handed with the ball at this point.
Well, that time,
that's a great job.
That's a good play from the defense there. Some good penetration to start that one off.
Very well
penetrated. That was a good job by Josh Collins initially getting into the backfield and forcing that running back to alter his direction and slow him down a little bit.
Yes, definitely. Great job by Josh Collins. Josh is a Blenheim kid out there. He plays for my brother out there at the high school. And great kid, helps out with the junior program, and another kid that's all about football.
You never have too many of those on your team.
Definitely.
2nd down for Guelph here. They're going to put it in the air. Oh, good job there. Well sniffed out.
It almost looks like Guelph's trying to get a little tricky at a point where they really don't. They haven't had to need to do that yet. So they might be kind of out-coaching themselves right now at this point.
Yeah, great job by Chris Van Ray, number 45 for the Cougars. Looked like maybe they were trying to set up a little middle screen there, perhaps.
Definitely.
And Van Ray read it, shedded the blocker, and then made the tackle right in the middle.
Yep. Definitely a screen type of situation with a defense. You know, you always say if it seems too easy, it's for a reason. But it's hard to get a lot of defensive guys to adapt to that mindset because it's always forward and crazy, right? So
that's right. You always want to come up with a big hit. Oh, a good job, and the Cougars blocked that one, partially blocked. Looked like that was Nathan McIntyre.
That kid can do it all, I swear.
Nathan McIntyre with a partial block on the punt.
Yeah, he's that kid. Nathan McIntyre is a heck of a talent, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we're told he's a fantastic athlete.
Ooh. Well, like I said, when I watched out in Blenheim there in the fall, it's been in all the years that I've been around football, I don't think I've seen a kid so shifty with the football and just like vision, unbelievable. But I heard that he's being looked at a higher level for the corner or halfback spot, so that's why they have him playing it here with the Cougars, and then they give him some punt returns and stuff to get that ball in his hand.
Cougars going to look to try to run this one up the middle. Not a lot of room there that time. Looked like that was number 21 with the carry, Jacob Broad.
Not a lot in between those tackles.
Jacob Broad on the carry.
We have seen, just talking about Nathan McIntyre for a second, we have seen him take a few plays on offense as well in that opening game here. And you can understand why. I mean, when you've got athletes, you want to get the ball in their hands.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and that's, I think, like I said, a lot of times when if you've got a great DB, you see a lot of them that are returning the ball on punts and kickoffs because they just have, such great moves and stuff. Maybe not the greatest hands for a receiver. That's usually what you make a DB into.
That's right. That's why you end up being a defensive back. Yep. I can speak from experience.
Well, in my experience, linemen are supposed to have bad hands, so it wasn't a far stretch for me. And I was slow, so it was an easy sell for my old coaches.
Well, that was a pass attempt from the Cougars intended for Brody Van Boxtel, but it falls incomplete. So the Cougars forced to punt here. And a good-looking kick there.
Great.
Fantastic punt all the way back to their own 45.
Oh, gotta break down.
Oh,
wow.
The ball's on the ground. Looks like Guelph got on top of it, though.
Xavier Rogers with the return. Fumble. Recovered by Guelph.
I think that looked like Collins just stuck out his hand there and might have knocked that out.
Xavier Rogers put that ball on the carpet, and then it was Nathan Small who actually recovered it, the shifty running back for Guelph.
That's when you better go back to the huddle and give a big thank you real quick.
To the Chatham-Kent 54-yard line.
First and 10 here for Guelph, right at midfield. They're going to go to the air on first down again. Oh, good pressure from the Cougars.
Quarterback sack on the play.
I think that's Rylet Ward, I believe.
Randy Cartier.
Oh, Randy Cartier.
52.
Number 52, Randy Cartier on the sack.
All right, I stand corrected. Great job coming up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like the pass wasn't there. It looked like Joe wanted to go to the air, but good coverage from the Cougars made him hold on to that football an extra second, and
definitely
they get the pressure there, and Cartier drags down the quarterback.
Yeah, it just seems like Guelph is coming out with this set and getting away from what's been effective as well again.
So second down here and 15 for Guelph. They're going to go to the air again. Some pressure. He's forced to scramble out and then wrapped up.
Great job.
And another sack, consecutive sacks here from the Cougars defense.
Well, the Cougars defense is holding strong.
Quarterback sack by Cam Rylet.
Looks like a loss of about 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a third and extremely long, a third and about 21 yards.
Yeah, it just I'm very happy that they are doing it for our Cougars' sake, but it just seems like they've the last two series have gotten away from the Thunder and Lightning and what's worked for them, and experimented in some stuff that just hasn't been very successful.
So they're going to punt it away here, our Guelph. Good-looking punt up in the air. Going to have to give that return man 10 yards. He's going to jump on it and look for a little seam. Not a lot of room there. Good coverage from Guelph.
That's can sometimes be a great little game to play, but sometimes that can kick you in the butt too, because if that punter gets down there and jumps on it, that's Guelph ball there. But that kind of reminds me a little bit more of the Zach Kaneki that I remember. Just being a little bit of a knucklehead there, playing the game.
I think 22 saw the kicker coming down and eventually decided, okay, I better scoop this one up.
Yes, definitely. The good thing is he can be a knucklehead, but he definitely picked up on that piece, which was good.
So first down here and 10 for the Cougars. We're going to go to the air on first down. Just a little swing pass. And
boy, those two last swing passes are pretty close to being backwards. So hopefully one of these times we don't have one on the ground and going back the other way. Very, very close.
Phil Germain in on the stop.
But kudos to the offensive coordinator for Chatham. They are trying to go with some little quick hitters to try to get something moving. Definitely got to get this ball going.
Yeah, build the confidence of the offense and complete a couple passes and
definitely
get their spirits up a little bit. So second and 10 here for the Cougars. Go to the air again and pressure right away, forced to elude that. And
quarterback sack on the play.
No chance there.
No. Well, they're just outnumbering at the line. They're bringing it all. And
number 2 on the sack.
Poor Mr. Butcher is just rolling out and running for his life.
Jacob Ippolito.
Yeah, that sack turns into a loss of about 12 yards.
Might almost be worth just a quick snap back and just throw it to a spot at some point. And just get one of your speedy receivers underneath it.
Oh, poor snap there and slow. And the kicker forced to pick it up and kick it away. A good job just getting it off. Oh.
Ball
Six.
scooped up by
That
Xavier
6 is
Rogers.
very, Rogers is very sure-handed, I'll
Stopped
tell
by
you, because
Dorian Payne.
that was quite a, a nervy pickup there by him.
Well, that was a good job by the Cougars punter. After that low snap, bounced in front of him, then got behind him, able to get to it and get that kickoff just before the Guelph defender was able to corral him.
Yeah, definitely.
So Guelph here, good field position again on first down. Inside the Cougars 30.
Oh, that's a great job.
Good job. Good penetration there from the Cougars D. Carter Claridge.
Number 99, Carter Claridge.
Yep. It seems to be a combination we hear quite a bit. Carter Claridge and Carter Wright in that backfield making those type of plays.
That was pretty big for the Cougars D there too. Back up that Guelph offense after the tough play on special teams.
Definitely. Well, the Cougars defense is come to play tonight, I'll tell you. They're all over the place. Oh.
And that ball is going to fall incomplete. Good pressure again from Carter Claridge, big 99.
Yep, definitely. Carter Claridge, John McGregor fella. Quite a player as well.
Yeah, it looked like he forced Joe Breinhardt to throw that ball long. Nobody had a chance at that one, and forced Guelph into another third down. Really, the defense for the Cougars has kept them in this game so far.
Oh, definitely. Without the play of the defense, this could be on the score clock could be right out of hand at this point. But they definitely have come to play tonight. So just a little bit of movement on the offense, and we could have a real tight game down the stretch here.
So the Guelph team lines up for a punt. Looks like we had some movement there early.
Wow, it's not going to make any difference.
Flag on the play.
If it's on Chatham, it's not going to be enough for a first down. So.
At 5:25 to go here in the first half. It's a 14-0 lead for the visiting team from Guelph.
Was on Guelph.
And they're saying that's on Guelph.
Well, might have a little bit more room for a chance of a return here by Chatham. And not sure who we have back there.
Looks like it's
5-yard penalty.
Kaneki, yeah. So maybe we could see a good return here. Ooh, almost got it.
Looks like that was maybe off the side of his foot a little bit.
Yes. And he almost had a couple hands on that ball.
Yeah, some good pressure again from the Cougars who have already blocked one punt.
Yes, and I think it was McIntyre in there again, and it looked like that. I think this time I might be right that it was Cam Rylett Ward, I believe, that were both in there around his foot. Cam Rylett Ward's the type of fella that you don't want falling on your foot because there might not be anything left over afterwards. He's a big fella, and he comes with it all the time.
I was just going to ask, is it because he's so big or he's always hungry?
A little bit of both. He's a big fella, and he another McGregor fella that I coached.
So 1st and 10 here for the Cougars. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and there's a fumble. And they're saying it's Guelph's football. And they do come out of the pile with that football. So not a lot going right here for this Cougars offense so far in this first half of this football game.
Yeah, this is the unfortunate scenario is when your offense can't get it going, the defense can only hold you in there so long, and the defense has done a very good job. This seems a little bit like our game last weekend in London at the JV level, where our defense held us in there quite a bit. We couldn't get anything going on offense, and it seems that I'm kind of having a little bit of a deja vu right now.
Well, let's see if the defense can't once again hold the Cougars in there. 1st and 10 here for Guelph. Deep in Cougars territory. They're going to try the handoff up the middle, and a good job by that Cougar D-line. Plugging up the middle of that line, and really not a lot of room there this time for Guelph.
Yes, definitely. That was one of the bread and butter plays of earlier on by Guelph, and Chatham's defense is definitely stiffened right up here.
Yeah, if you go back to the first quarter of this game, it just seemed like Guelph was running at will all over that Cougars defense, but they've certainly made the adjustment, and they've been extremely strong against the run, and not a lot of success for Guelph in the second quarter.
Yes, definitely. Well, hopefully they can continue it for this drive and hold them to a field goal perhaps again.
They're going to try the pitch outside, and that's small.
Oh, we had him.
And the Cougars had him, looked to have him,
but
Small able to shed the would-be tackler, and that one looks like it's going to be close to a first down.
Yep.
Oh, and they are going to give it to him.
Oh. Yeah, he was held up for a second. The cavalry just didn't come in to clean it up.
So it's going to be first and goal from the 3-yard line.
Chatham 3-yard line, first and goal.
This is going to be a tough test for the Cougars defense here.
It'll be time to hope for maybe a bad exchange maybe by Guelph.
Oh, and they're going to give it to Small, and Nathan Small in for the 3-yard touchdown scamper.
There's nothing about Small when it comes to his running, but him being small, that's for sure.
He's definitely a tough runner there, and quick feet.
Yeah, good vision. It's nice to see when you can see a running back that knows when to bounce it with that good vision. It's actually, graceful to watch, for lack of a better word.
We have now approached the 3-minute warning.
Well, it looks like Chatham will get it back one more time before the half and hopefully make some adjustments at half and come back swinging in the third.
Go for the extra point here. And that one is up and good.
Oh, Maya's point after attempt is good.
The Cougars had blocked an extra point earlier.
Yes, I believe it was the last one they had. We had a leapfrog situation.
That's right, right up the middle.
I believe the Guelph coaching staff must have made sure that's not going to happen again today.
So 21-0 here for the Junior Gryphons from Guelph, visiting the Chatham-Kent Cougars here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex in varsity football action. 2:57 to go here in the first half.
It might be one of those times where we might see something a little bit fancy here by the Cougars return team.
Maybe some trickery on offense, a reverse perhaps.
Possibly even a reverse here on the kickoff to Mr. McIntyre. I wouldn't be surprised to see something. At some point you got to mix it up and take some chances.
It's Konecki and McIntyre back there to receive. That ball deep, headed to McIntyre it is, and he's got it there on that far side, looking for a seam.
That's a great run.
Still on his feet. Good return there from number 11.
Yeah, and I believe at the last minute there, Konecki and McIntyre switched spots. And I don't think Guelph picked up on it because I think they'd rather kick it away from McIntyre as much as they can. Not a diss by any means to Zach Konecki, but I believe they realize that McIntyre's maybe a little shiftier.
Makes his way out to the zone 40-yard line. Chatham begin at their own 40. First down.
So 1st and 10 here for the Cougars offense on their own 40-yard line, and certainly you'd like to see them get something going and boost their confidence a little bit heading into the half, something to build on.
Yes, definitely. Even a field goal would be great at this point.
So they're going to hand it off. Nope, fake handoff on first down, and it's a quarterback keeper at this point.
Oh,
puts his shoulder down there, too, at the end.
Definitely one thing about Jalen Butcher is he's not scared of dropping the shoulder. Most quarterbacks you don't want to see doing that, but a kid like Jalen, if you know anything about his old man, he's pretty tough.
By number 2, Jacob Ippolito.
You understand Jalen's a converted catcher in baseball.
Yes, yep. He's played a lot of years of baseball, actually south of the border, and I've spent many years trying to get him away from baseball to play football myself as a coach, and we finally got him here. So.
A little screen pass set up, nicely set up there, looking for some space. That's going to be enough for a first down and more.
Wow.
Good push there.
Great second effort. I believe that's probably Cody Miller. Yep.
Cody Miller.
Cody
Miller, and looked like he had a little help from his friends too.
Yes, he did. And Cody Miller is another Blenheim kid, and he's you know, what he doesn't have in size, he makes up for in heart. That kid will run through a wall for you.
So a good job by that Cougars offense converting the first down. 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off over that left side. Oh, good job by that Guelph defense, though, stretching that out.
Definitely.
Not a lot of room that time for Cody Miller.
Yeah, if what I can remember, the right side of that defense is not where you want to go by the Cougars. You might want to pound away at this other side for a while, I think.
The Guelph defense has been pretty stiff today, not giving up a lot of yards. They're going to see a loss of about 3.5 yards on that last play. Bring up a 2nd and 13.
And the unfortunate thing is now they're pinning their ears back and coming.
They're going to put it there, and they got a receiver. Oh, he's got it, and excellent. Nothing but real estate in front of him. Down to the 5, the 3. He's into the end zone.
What
Touchdown,
a great toss.
Cougars.
Marcus Shad
with the touchdown reception. For a second there, it looked like it might go over his hands.
Yes. It was almost like in slow motion from up here. But you know what? It's one of those situations where you know the defense is pinning back their ears. It's 2nd and long, and you just throw it to a spot and hope your receiver gets there. And Marcus Shad is quite an athlete.
That's a 56-yard touchdown reception for Marcus Shad. And that's that big play, and you mentioned it earlier. You know, sometimes you just got to drop back. If there's too much pressure, just drop back and just let it go long. Yep. Aim for a spot and hope your receiver gets there. And that looks like exactly what they did right there. Throw it up in the air and let the receiver run under it. And Shad pulls it in.
Yep, definitely.
And the extra point, tough snap there, and they fail on the extra point. But the Cougars, they get maybe that offensive spark they've been looking for this first half, and a 56-yard touchdown reception to Marcus Shad might get the job done.
Yeah, much desired points needed by the Cougars, and what a great pass. And, you know, it might have been a case of as much as Guelph's front 7 had their ears pinned back, maybe the DBs weren't as paying attention to the play as they should have been, because it seemed like he was pretty wide open. But at some point, like I said, when you're running for your life as a quarterback and you're getting hit as much as Jalen has been, sometimes taking a shot, and if you get it picked off, it doesn't hurt as bad as being on your back again, right? And
that's right.
And it's a lot of times it's just as good as a punt.
So now you got to figure that confidence might filter through the rest of this team now, and certainly
yes, definitely
help that defense out a little bit. They've been on the field a lot here this first half, and give them a little more confidence as well.
Definitely. The only way that could have happened any better for the Cougars is if it would have happened at 14-0. But I believe the defense, you know, they got a little tired there on that last drive, but I think that might spark them.
Oh, that's a good play there.
That's going to be the
Cougars' last one to touch it. That should be, I believe that should be Cougars football. They were the last ones to touch it before it went out of bounds.
And I'm wondering whether they're saying that it has to be possessed. Oh, okay. Somebody is saying it hit one of the Guelph's players' legs on the way out. So.
Okay. Wow. So the Cougars not the last ones to touch it. That was a well-placed kick, though.
Definitely.
Good job there from the Cougars special teams, and nearly executed to perfection.
Mm-hmm. Well, I need. Well, you got to figure on that type of play. We got to trust in the referees, because all sets of eyes are right where that ball was. So. We're getting lots of helps from the fans here tonight, which is helpful.
Guelph with the football on their own 46-yard line.
Looks like they're going to go for some more.
Yeah, they're putting it up in the air, and there's pressure there from the Cougars, but they can't get to him. Oh, boy, some real elusiveness from
that's a block.
Quarterback.
Looked like a block in the back there on Guelph, but that's the hard thing up here is a lot of times I find myself saying what I'm hollering on the sideline. So not a biased view, but if I see something, I tend to verbalize it very quickly.
Well, a nice run there from the quarterback, Joe Reinhardt. He was under a lot of duress in the pocket and managed to escape that Cougars defense.
Yeah, definitely great run by him.
So he goes from his own 46-yard line. Reinhardt does, the Guelph quarterback, and now it's on the Cougars 35. Fresh set of downs here for Guelph. And under pressure again, and he eludes it. Reinhardt going to tuck it and run. Oh, we've got a flag down.
Yeah,
finally dragged down. We've got a flag.
That is going to be a hold on Guelph, I believe, but I'm wondering whether they'll call it after the first.
Up by Zach Konecki and Carter Claridge.
Yeah, waiting to see here what the flag is. The referee's discussing it right now.
Well, it's interesting for Guelph because, it's not a huge lead really, but, putting your quarterback in some pretty predictable or some pretty rough situations there with dropping back at this time and last two plays running the ball. Last thing you want to do is see your quarterback, folded up.
Holding call on.
Holding call going against Guelph, so that big gain is nullified, and that football comes all the way back to the Cougars' 45-yard line.
Perfect situation for the Cougars defense. It takes them out of field goal range even at this point if they can make a big stand. So more points off the board.
1st and 20 here for Guelph. Reinhardt and shotgun. Well, they fake the handoff, and they're going to look to throw it across the field. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen again.
Yep.
Good pressure, though, from the Cougars. Looked like it forced a poor throw there from Reinhardt.
Yes, definitely. I think even if he had it cut, we had a linebacker sitting right there on it, so I'm not so sure how far it would have went.
Looked like some pressure there from Randy Cartier, number 52.
Yeah, he's been coming off that edge quite a bit this game and getting lots of pressure on there. Hasn't got to him yet, I don't believe, but he's definitely flushed him out of the pocket several times.
2nd and 20 here for Guelph. 1:05 to go in the first half of this varsity football matchup. 21-6 Guelph leading Chatham-Kent. Looks like we have a timeout now.
Well, in light of the score, it's been a very entertaining game so far. Being a defensive guy, I do like watching the Cougars have really stood on their heads quite a bit this first half, and it was great to see the hookup between Butcher and Shad there last time with the Cougars offense to get a spark for them.
Yeah, it certainly was some positive signs from that offense the last drive. Able to put some points on the board, and now going to be up to this defense with 1:05 to go here in the first half to keep them at just 21 points and maybe give their offense one last shot at putting some points on the board.
Yes, definitely, and I do believe Chatham's got their whole allotment of timeouts left, so if they do get the ball back here, plenty of time on the clock with a couple timeouts in your back pocket.
So shotgun again here for Guelph. They're going to drop back to pass. They're going deep down the left side. There is a receiver there, and he's got the ball. It's caught. And that is enough for a first down. Nicely placed football there from Reinhardt, and he finds his receiver, number 13, Isaac Smith.
Cougars defense did come quite hard. They just didn't get enough pressure there that time. It's a great toss and catch.
Yeah, that ball just perfectly placed there for the receiver between the two defenders, and actually gets out of bounds as well, so that works out well for Guelph on that play.
Definitely.
So a fresh set of downs here for Guelph. First and 10 from the Cougars' 18-yard line after that big conversion on second and extremely long.
That's a quarterback sneak. Looks like Job must have saw something, must have saw a pretty good sized hole there and decided to take it himself.
Is that the one where you just kind of goose your center and say, give me the ball and I'm running right behind you?
Yep, exactly. And I think we might see a little bit of thunder here. Well, same thing.
Again. Oh, and Reinhardt keeps it.
Oh, my goodness.
And is in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Consecutive quarterback keepers.
That pretty much whole series was Reinhardt running and one great throw.
Yeah, that's right.
That's going to hurt a bit after that first touchdown that Cougars got on board.
Yeah, certainly, especially in the second, an extremely long situation here back there about the 45-yard line Guelph was, and they complete that long pass, and then it's Reinhardt doing it with his feet.
Yeah, it seemed like that whole series, like I said, except for that one great pass.
The extra point here.
Oh.
It's up.
Well, let's see what we got here. We got 44 seconds on the clock, and I believe 2 timeouts for Chatham, so maybe we can go back to another big play before half.
Yeah, you'd certainly like to see the Cougars put some more points on the board here.
Yes, definitely.
After that touchdown late in this first half.
Guelph answered quite quickly, so let's hope that Chatham can come back and answer quite quickly as well. Might not end up being much of a defensive game at this point. Although, the score does not show it, the Cougars' defense has pretty much stood on their head this first half, in my opinion. So,
do you expect a squib kick here so that maybe nullifies any potential of a big return from the Cougars?
Normally I would, but I'm thinking that if they, if they're worried about, the 2 timeouts, they might just, a little bit in between, I guess. But
they got it to a good athlete, though, and Shad, watch out.
Maybe not a good idea there.
If they were trying to place a kick, maybe not the guy they want to place it to.
I think I would have maybe went away from 7, especially after that last touchdown that he put in.
Well, a nice return there from Shad, and great field position here from their own 51 with 38.7 seconds to go. It's certainly good enough field position to get into a scoring position.
Definitely. I just hope that we're dropping back and tossing it up again. Maybe the other side this time. Maybe one to Mr. Mayu. This will be a time where the O-line is going to have to really suck it up here.
They fake the handoff, and looks like it's a quarterback keeper here.
Oh. And like I said, Mr. Butcher has no problem dropping the shoulder. He's not your typical quarterback.
Looked like he stayed in bounds there.
Stopped by Graham Brody.
It's going to bring up a second
and
about 3.
Down and 3.
I think we'll be seeing one in the air this play. Better get going there, though. Seconds are ticking off.
Clock's still ticking, you're right. You're going to drop back to pass. Got to get rid of it. Oh, setting up the screen pass again. Oh, nothing there. A great play by the defense. Sniffing that out.
Yep. This Guelph's defense plays downhill. I'll tell you that much. They're not overly big in size, but they make up for it in speed. I'll tell you. Closing.
It's going to bring up a third
down and
12 with 9.7 seconds to go.
Well, this would be a time where I think you drop back and throw it to that area again. And like I said, if it ends up being picked, it's essentially a punt anyways, right? So
that's right.
It looks like they're going to punt it away.
Do you look to kick this one? Or you just snap it and take a knee?
I think we're going to have Mr. Niven just take a knee here. I think no sense giving him the ball. Definitely.
That's right. So that's going to mark the half. Guelph showing they've got a pretty potent offense to this point and lead this matchup 28-6. Again, the Guelph Junior Gryphons visiting the Chatham-Kent Cougars varsity football action here on TV Cogeco. That's the first half. We'll be back after this for second half football action. Varsity football here from the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex on TV Cogeco.
That appears to be about a 95-yard kickoff return.
That's a 95-yard kickoff return for the Cougars. Nathan McIntyre with a huge return for Chatham-Kent. What a way to start the second half of football. Want to talk about a spark for the second half?
Definitely. That kid, like we said before, can play.
So McIntyre explodes for the opening kickoff return. We got a flag on the extra point.
Flag on the play.
Well, that spark that we needed at the end of the first half, we definitely got right away in the second half.
Boy, we talked about McIntyre being an athlete and wanting to get the ball in the hands of your athletes.
Definitely got it that time. And I guess we'll see what the adjustments are that Chatham did, because we didn't have a lot of time to see the adjustments on that great run.
Penalty, free kick.
So the Cougars get another shot at the extra point here. That one's up and good.
We have a ball game.
Trevor Niven's point after is good.
So that makes it 28-13 here. Guelph leading, but boy, what a way to start the second half of this football game.
We had talked about him early and often, how he's playing on that defensive side of the ball, but that Nate McIntyre kid is a playmaker, and he's dangerous anytime he gets his hands on the ball. So we'll see what Chatham's got in store here. Hopefully their defense can be as stout as they were in the first half.
And we said in the first half, after that first touchdown for the Cougars, that hopefully that would give them a spark, not only on offense, but feed the fuel of the defense of the Cougars, which had been playing well, considering the tough field position they'd been put in. But now after that spark, you got to figure that's just going to give the defense that much more confidence now to go out and make a big play.
Definitely. Hopefully we won't have a spark followed by a Guelph spark this time.
That's right. So a kickoff here from the Cougars. That's a good kick to an open side as long as it stays in bounds, and it doesn't.
That's going to actually hurt pretty
Ball
good.
rolls out of bounds.
So that ball is going to come out to the 40.
Didn't spin the way we would have liked to have.
Yeah, unfortunately, they saw the open field, I think, over on that far side, but just couldn't get it to stay in bounds. So the penalty on the kickoff, Guelph going to take over on their own 40-yard line, and I'm sure if they were feeling pretty confident, that kind of maybe gave them a little bit of a shake, yes, watching that big kickoff return from Nathan McIntyre.
Well, and we'll see here whether the Chatham defense can continue to play some pretty stout D here.
1st and 10, Guelph. Go shotgun again. They're going to fake the handoff and go to the air right away. They got a man up the middle. Nice pass and catch there. 20-yard gain to number 37, Noel Amaya.
Was quite a pass.
Yeah, right on the numbers there.
The ball is at the Chatham-Kent 45-yard line.
Toward the end of the second quarter there, we saw Guelph start to go first down with the pass, which was a bit of a change from earlier in the game where they were running the ball consistently. But Guelph's gone a little more to the air as the game's gone on.
Oh, and this could be one of the reasons why is this in between the tackles that was working so well early on has been really bottled up by the Cougars defense as of late.
Yeah, good job there by the Cougars D, holding Nathan Small to minimal gain, just 2 yards there, so 2nd and 8 for Guelph.
Now that Guelph's going back to the earlier on game and they're not getting as much success, it might be interesting to see what's going to happen here.
So go to the air here on 2nd and long. Some pressure coming, and they get the ball off just in time, but a good play there from the defense. Number 42 coming up to make that tackle. That is, Zach Goodeberg.
And some great pressure on the quarterback as well, which made him get rid of it a little quicker than I think he would want to.
Yeah, I think that pressure was certainly the key there. Made him get rid of that football, as you mentioned, and now Guelph facing a 3rd and 5.
And it looks like, oh, they're going to punt it away here.
Yeah, I wondered myself if they might go for it, but yeah, you're right. They are lining up to punt this one.
Just not as deep in Cougars territory as they'd like, I guess.
Konecki finally picks it up and looking for any kind of a lane.
Konecki playing that game of cat and mouse again. I'm just hoping it does not backfire on him with the punter getting down there on that ball.
Stopped by Aiden Frazier.
So the Cougars going to take over from their own 14-yard line, deep in their own territory.
Well, we'll have to see what sort of, this will be the time we'll see the adjustments that the Cougars have made and on the offense, and hopefully we will see this ball moving down the field a lot more smoothly than the first half.
And again, it is Jalen Butcher that is in at quarterback. It was confirmed at half. Kevin called it earlier. He said that's still Jalen Butcher at quarterback, even though that's not his regular jersey number. We understand his jersey was torn to bits during one of the plays. And Jalen Butcher running for his life here, dragged down. Obviously a little frustrated there at the end of that one, but that is Jalen Butcher, usually wearing number 5. He's wearing number 10 now because, again, that jersey that they had, we're told, was ripped into about 3 different pieces and was forced to put on a different number.
Yes, one of the coaching staff had told us at halftime and asked us if we had not seen that play, which we didn't, obviously. We had to go to the guessing game to make sure that was Butcher. His stature and even the way he walks kind of gives it away that it's Jalen.
So Butcher here in his deep in his own territory. And 2nd and extremely long. Looking for any kind of an opening from a receiver and nowhere to go. And we've got a flag on the field now.
Jalen Butcher with the run. Flag on the play.
We'll see what the call is here.
Well, judging by one of the Guelph players' reaction, I believe it is against the Cougars. It's probably a hold.
You got to figure they decline that and force the third down. And that's exactly what it was. It was a holding penalty against the Cougars, but that was declined, so that brings up a 3rd and long.
And we have 3rd down 15.
Well, let's hope that Mr. Niven can get a good leg on this ball here.
2 return men back for Guelph, and you wonder if he might take a knee and concede the point, or?
Normally I would think that, but Trevor Niven has got quite a leg on him, so I think he might actually kick this ball.
It's a decent snap, and he is going to take a knee, so they'll concede the 2 points on the safety.
Always, it's kind of a nervous time when you see the punter and he kind of waits a little bit before he takes that knee, trying to maybe draw a hit. You wonder sometimes whether that's worth it all.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to have happen is your kicker misjudge the pressure, and next thing you know, he's flat on his back and the ball comes loose, and the opposing teams got themselves a touchdown.
Yeah, it's similar to that little game that Mr. Kaneki has played with the punt returns all day, it seems like. You can play with fire for a little while, but might end up getting burned at some point.
So Guelph gets the 2 points on the safety and then the possession afterwards.
And that's what really hurts about taking that safety. You know, as a coach, it's a hard choice to make, but you know, when you know that you're pinned, it's the only real good one to make.
Under center this time, and looks like we had some movement prior to the snap. Looks like
no flag. Quite surprised there was no flag on that play. It seemed like Carter Claridge was almost in their backfield by the time the ball was snapped.
Yeah.
But he is well known for his motor, so it's not a. I guess there was a flag.
There
on
was
the far
a flag
side.
on the far side. We just couldn't see it from over here.
Huh. Yeah.
Did you steal that from him?
Ball is on the Guelph 48-yard line, 1st down.
Okay, it was a 1st down for Guelph as a result of that run. And that time, Reinhardt keeping it.
Seem to be liking that quarterback keep as of late,
So Reinhardt keeps the ball.
which is a great play until you end up having your quarterback getting folded up.
And speaking with the coaching staff before the game, they were saying Reinhardt's built like a linebacker, and so he doesn't mind mixing it up a little bit either. But you're right, whenever your quarterback's open to a hit, last thing you want is to see him get injured. And I was told by the coaching staff Reinhardt's actually committed to the University of Guelph for next season.
Oh, that's a great feeder system for the Guelph Gryphons up there.
So and there you see that ability with his feet, spinning off of tackles. We do have a flag on the field. We'll see what they say about that flag. But a gain of about 24 yards on that run if it stands. But he shows there he's just able to bounce off of a couple of would-be tacklers and gain extra yardage.
Yes, he's definitely a very strong runner. I'd be curious to see what the the Guelph University of Guelph Gryphons would think about their signed prospect running that ball as much as he is, though.
A penalty going against Guelph.
Block in the back against Guelph.
They say it's a block in the back, so
that great run is nullified.
First and 10 here from the 53-yard line, Guelph side of the field. just a single man in the backfield, and that's Small at the running back position. They bring the receiver out of the slot position. He brings that football across the field. That's number 4, Roger Kinga. We've called his name a few times today, and he's certainly got wheels.
Oh, he definitely hit that edge very fast.
Boy, it doesn't take him long to get up to top speed.
And that was a gear we haven't seen for a little while from Guelph.
Ball is at the Chatham-Kent 43
It's something that worked early and often for them in the game.
Looks like that Guelph offense is starting to regain the momentum that we saw early in the first half here. A lot of success running the football.
Yeah, they've kind of gotten back to they've gone away from the stuff down the stretch of the first half there, the end of the first half. Yep, and here we have another receiver around.
Oh, good job there from Cougar defenders.
Yep.
Xavier Rogers with the carry.
Looked like it was number 43 with the initial contact there.
Stopped by
Thomas Van Ray did a good job shedding the blocker and then getting up there to wrap up the runner before finally getting some help from the rest of his defenders.
Yeah, and I'd be curious to see whether Guelph sticks with the early plan that was working often, or whether after one not so successful receiver around, whether they try to go to the air here again maybe. But I'm getting, oh, they're going into the gun, so.
2nd and 6 here for Guelph. They fake the handoff one way and give it the other way. It's Small. Good job there from the defenders for the Cougars.
Great job.
44 and 45, Tanner Emery and Chris Van Ray. One goes low, one goes high. Good job there holding them short of the first down. It's 3rd and about 2.
It looks like Guelph is going to bring on their punt team here. With the score the way it is, I would expect that they will punt this away.
Well, the Cougars don't have a return man back there right now. Oh, no, Guelph's going for it.
Yeah,
lining
I was
up
wrong.
like
They brought in a big package. Oh, and I think
definitely
Chatham might have been offside.
We do have a
flag
on the field.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be encroachment by the Cougars defensive line.
Offside on Chatham-Kent.
That's never easy to handle, especially when you're right in the middle of that defensive line.
Definitely. And it looked, their up back looked like might have been a defensive lineman that they brought in there to clear the way.
Well, good to see Claridge running off on his own power, so it looks like he'll probably come back in the game at some point. Good cheer from the fans there to see Claridge get up.
It won't be out long, from what I understand about that young man.
1st and 10 here for Guelph from the Cougars' 30-yard line. They're going to drop back and pass. First down here. Good job by the receiver.
It was a great initial fill, but just didn't get it wrapped up.
Number 3 with the catch, Aiden Frazier, pretty shifty and looked like he ducked under the would-be tackle of Nathan McIntyre.
Yeah, you will not see that very often. Nathan McIntyre does not miss too many tackles out there on that edge.
Fresh set of downs here for Guelph. They're going to go to the air again. Oh, that time they try to pick on Nathan McIntyre again, but this time it falls incomplete. That pass again intended for Aiden Frazier, but just a little too far outside, just off his fingertips, and falls incomplete.
Yeah, I think they got a little ahead of themselves, thinking that that's the guy to pick on for Chatham, because McIntyre, like I said, is pretty sure with his tackling most times and his coverage.
Yeah, if you're a Cougars coaching staff and you've convinced Guelph that Nathan McIntyre is the man to go after, you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Definitely.
Okay, 2nd and 10 here from Guelph. They're going to go to the air again, try the far side of the field, and that's a nice throw and catch from Guelph. Are they going to say that fell incomplete?
Complete.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, from this angle up here, it looked like the receiver had his hands all over it, but looks like it hit the ground, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 situation. Looks like the special teams coming on here for Guelph.
Pass intended for Evan.
They're going to try a field goal.
Definitely a length that's doable. See if Chatham can get in and maybe get some pressure on this kicker.
So 3rd quarter here, Guelph up 30-13, 5:53 to go and counting. And this is going to be a 23-yard field goal attempt for Guelph. It's up, and it's good.
Well,
16-yard field goal attempt is good.
and you know, the Cougars defense get off the field with only giving up 3, which is a small victory at this point.
33-13 now. Guelph has the lead on the Cougars. Again, you're watching varsity football here on TV Cogeco from the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. I'm Mike James, joined by Kevin Pugh and Jeff Brooks on the camera, bringing you this evening's action. Great night for football. The sun was out earlier. It was pretty hot out here, but it certainly cooled off. The lights are on here at the complex, and extremely comfortable temperatures now.
Yes, definitely nice to drop about 15 or 20 degrees for us here.
Yeah, the humidity's gone out of the air now, and you know that the men on the field are enjoying that relief.
Definitely.
So it's a 1st and 10 here for this Cougars offense from their own 35-yard line. They'll start. They're gonna keep the football. We got a pitch back, and the best they can do is just jump on it. That ball was loose and just intended for Cody Miller.
Yeah, just too much immediate pressure, penetration by the Guelph defense. Messed up the timing on that play.
Yeah, that's got to be tough on the quarterback. Trying to execute the play that you want it as it's drawn up, and the pressure just completely changes your plans. And lucky you don't turn the ball over on that play.
Very lucky that Mr. Miller was able to jump on that ball and keep it in Cougar possession.
So Jalen Butcher waiting for the snap in the shotgun formation. He's got 3 receivers to this near side. He's got pressure in his face right away. He eludes the initial pressure. He's looking for a receiver. Now he's just going to hold on to it and try to make something out of nothing. He eventually dragged down. And
Jalen Butcher tackled on the play.
Sacked for a loss of about 2 or 3 yards. And
it seems like it's over and over. We see Jalen Butcher just trying to make something from nothing. Got to give the kid a lot of credit. He's got a lot of heart back there.
Sack on the play of a
just too much pressure from this Guelph defense once again, and consecutive plays of losses, and 3rd and extremely long here for the Cougars.
Well, just hope that Mr. Niven can get off a nice long boot for him here.
Yeah, 3rd and 23, so back to punt is Trevor Niven, number 12. It's a good snap. And he was going to kick it, but he holds on to it. Not sure if it's a design fake, but he does get the kick away on the run.
Yep, just must have felt a little extra pressure and got outside. And, again, very good job of getting that ball kicked.
Is that one of those ones, Coach, where you give your kicker the option where you say, okay, start to run with it. If you see something there, then go for it. If not, then kick it?
Well, normally I would say it might have been, but deep in the end like that, and yards, the gain there. I think maybe Trevor just felt a little pressure off that edge and, wanted to get in a little better open space to get that ball off.
Right, and did a good job of getting it off. Like you said, a pretty good kick there.
Yep.
Putting Guelph at just on the Cougar side of the field at the 53-yard line.
Time for a big defensive stop here for.
They're going to hand that one off up the middle, and once again the Cougars just clogging up the middle of that line and nowhere to go for small.
Stopped by Tanner Emery.
And it's good to see Carter Claridge is back in the game and in on that gang tackle there.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd down and 8.
Let's see if we see a little bit of that receiver around here. That's been pretty good for them.
2nd and 8 for Guelph. They're going to go to the air, and that's a good job by the Cougars.
Great job.
Defense, that far side, making the suplex tackle.
I believe that might have been Mr. McIntyre. So it appears they haven't learned yet that that's not really the guy to pick on.
Nathan McIntyre making a WWE-style tackle there on that far side and forcing Guelph into a 3rd and long.
Well, and I'm guessing that maybe the next time that Guelph's offense is on the field, that maybe they'll stop that attack at that area.
Although, again, I don't think the coaching staff would want them to stop. I think they'd beg them to keep trying to pick on Nathan McIntyre.
Well, the Cougar staff.
That's
that
right,
yeah,
the Cougar staff.
Definitely.
So Guelph here 3rd and about 3.5 yards, and they're going to punt this ball away, at least lining up to punt. 1 return man back for the Cougars. And that's a pretty good-looking punt there. Konecki catches it in the air. And not a lot of room there, that's for sure. Now we've got a late flag.
Zach Konecki on the return. Flag on the play.
That sort of flag is usually somebody doing something a little ways away from the play that they shouldn't be doing. We'll wait for the call here. And it's going against Guelph here.
Yeah, going against Guelph.
Possibly a face mask at the end.
Yeah, it's a personal foul against Guelph, so.
And it might have been just that case where
roughness on the play.
something a little ways away from the play,
yeah.
somebody just with some extracurricular activities.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars from their 26. They fake the handoff, and Butcher's going to keep. Oh, no, sorry. Wow. I was fooled on that one.
That's a great fake by Jalen Butcher.
They did hand it off up the middle. Jalen Butcher had me fooled as he ran to the outside.
Jacob Roden with the carry.
Now, in your defense, Mikey, his back was to us, and we're very far away. So
I appreciate
we'll give you that one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I need all the help I can get. 2nd, and they'll call it a gain of a yard. So 2nd and 9 here for the Cougars. Butcher takes the snap, drops back, looking for a receiver. He's going to go for that far side. Looks like there's a defender there, and that's a good play. Yep. That ball intercepted on that far side. Looked like the throw was a little bit short.
Yep. A little bit short.
And we got flags after the play. Flags flying everywhere. The ball looked to be intended for Dwan Mayu, and there was at least one interaction there with Mayu and the intercepting defender as they went by each other. And, of course, that was right along the side where the Cougars bench was located. So,
and it could end up being offsetting. We'll have to see here.
I'm sure there's probably a little bit of frustration in there.
At this point in the game with this score, it can very well be. You know, you preach to your kids to keep their cool no matter what. And, you know, it just hurts the team if you say or do something stupid. But, you know, in the middle of the game, sometimes it's a little hard to. Yeah, it looks like it's going against Guelph.
Yeah, it is. It's going against Guelph. You wonder if it might be a taunting call as they were going by the Cougars bench.
Mm-hmm. A little uncharacteristic for Guelph because they took a couple penalties over the last handful of plays, and I don't believe they've been penalized very much this game up till then.
No, they haven't. It's been a pretty clean game to this point. Well-played football game.
Yes, definitely.
1st and 10 here for Guelph. And looks like they give it on the end around there, and boy, oh boy, some wheels. And then a little hurdle at the end.
Noel Amaya on the carry.
Noel
By
Amaya,
Tanner Emery.
number 37.
Well, the one thing you can say about pretty much everybody on this offensive unit for the Guelph is that they all have some pretty good speed on the out.
Yeah, no doubt. Amaya showing he's got some
Ball
wheels
over to
too.
Chatham 11.
We haven't seen him touch the ball very much, so another weapon they really haven't used a lot of. And that's Reinhardt keeping the football again. Joe Reinhardt, the quarterback, just pressing the middle of that line.
It must be a case where he gets up there and he's just seeing that something that he likes, and he must have the go-ahead by the coaching staff that if he sees something like that, you know, he's got full reign to take it.
So
Gain of 5 brings up second down 5.
2nd and 5 here from the 6-yard line of the Cougars. They're going to run it up the middle there.
Very
Looks
close
like
to the
just
goal line.
short. That's the end of the third quarter. Looks like that was Small with the carry. He's walking a little bit gingerly after that tackle.
Run stop just short of the
He's got
goal
quite-
line.
actually,
Brings us to the end of the third
Definitely
quarter.
has a limp.
12:33, Chatham 13.
Well, it's going to have to be a very stellar fourth quarter here for Chatham. Starting with a goal line stance that they need right now.
Yeah, that's right. Tough position here for Chatham-Kent because it is going to be a fresh set of downs.
On or about the 1-yard line, I believe.
That's right. You imagine this is probably a spot where either Ryan Finoro gets it, the big fullback bruiser, or like we've seen a few times now, Joe Reinhardt just keeping the ball and going with the quarterback sneak.
Well, my assumption here would be that I don't think he's going to see anything in the middle of the field on this goal line that makes him want to do that, but we'll see.
Boy, just a big pile pushing forward in the middle.
No signal.
No
here.
signal as of yet. And now, did I just see a flag? I think it tossed, perhaps? Came in late, I'm not sure. Nope. Okay.
Well, it looks like he might have even lost a little bit there.
Yeah, stopped him short. Good job by that defensive line of the Cougars. So tough in this type of situation, though. You're lined up a yard apart from each other, and all they need is a yard.
Yep, definitely. This boils down to who gets out the ball quicker. And that's a play we've seen a few times, off to the right-hand side, and the running back just bouncing off.
Looked like that might have been Finoro with the touchdown.
And I think like I said, I think we have seen that exact play for 3 of them so far today, where he's found nothing in between the tackles, but keeps the feet moving and gets off to the right-hand side and in.
So Guelph now up 39-13, looking to add the extra point here. Oh, and it's a design fake. We're going to throw it into the middle, and now we've got a flag.
I believe that was might have been caught by an ineligible receiver by the looks of it. It looked like almost like a lineman caught that.
Now, it was a good snap. It was clearly a design
Walker
fake.
Breen with the pass attempt on the point after.
I guess if we do our math here really quick, we can find some reason for that, but usually that's when it's a little closer in the game, closer in the score than this.
That's right. At 39-13, typically in the fourth quarter, you won't see a fake of any type.
And on top of that, you normally don't see it ending with a offensive lineman catching the ball.
That's right, yeah. And you called it right. It was an ineligible receiver on the penalty.
Well, you know, if you really get to it, just the fact that an offensive lineman was able to corral it in itself is pretty impressive, because usually the O-linemen are
That's right.
not really well known for their hands.
No.
I would know because I was one.
Usually like to keep the tunas away from the ball.
Definitely.
Keep the meat in the middle. So Guelph going to kick this one off up 39-13 from their own 35.
Interesting to see whether they're going to go up. They are going to go deep, and they are going to McIntyre.
Yeah, we could see some fireworks here again. He's already got one today. And he eludes
He
a
is
couple
shifty.
would-be tacklers. Oh, and he nearly breaks another. Great return there. Kicks it out to about the 52-yard line. And
No, it's curious here as to whether they don't really know what this kid has ability-wise, or whether they just, at this point of the game, they don't feel they need to respect it.
Makes his way out to his own 52-yard line.
I know for me, it wouldn't matter what time of the game. The last person I would kick to or go after would be number 11.
maybe he's perhaps Guelph trying to test the skill level of their special teams.
There's got to be some sort of method to the madness. I'm just not really sure what it is.
So the Cougars going to take over here from their own 52, trailing 39-13, 13:50 and counting to go here in the fourth quarter. They're going to run this one.
Some good hard sledding right there. Good for about 4, possibly.
Yeah, pushing the pile forward. Number 21, Jacob Broad.
Jacob Ingram on the carry.
Well, it looks like they're in the hurry up here, which makes total sense at this point.
Butcher looking the left side of the field, doesn't see anything, scans the right side of the field, and now he's got pressure on him, and he's wrapped up and dragged down. Back to
Pretty much the original line of scrimmage.
yeah, that's right. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10 situation, and the Cougars going to punt this one away. Oh, nope, they're going to give him the forward progress, so they're going to say he only lost about 2 or 3 yards there.
And you can start to see a little bit of the frustration showing here on a few of the Cougars.
So
See if Mr. Nibbin can get away a boomer here for him.
Trevor Niven scoops that one out of the dirt a little bit. Good high kick down that right side. Good coverage there from the Cougars special teams.
Yep, great job. Pinning them a little bit deep, and hopefully the defense can come up big here and give the Cougar offense another shot, maybe
Nathan Small with the return.
deeper in the Guelph end here.
Yeah.
At this point of the game, you know, when the score is the way it is, you're really just looking for your players to keep on playing just as hard as if it wasn't, as big of a difference.
Yeah, that's right, because really, as we all know, a big play here and there, and next thing you know, you've got yourself a game again. So,
Yeah, and definitely shown by that kickoff return by McIntyre earlier, very early in the second half.
all right. 1st and 10 here, and Guelph going to run the football up the middle. Cougars have done a good job adjusting to that play since the first quarter when they were running it so successfully.
Stopped by number 44.
Yeah, you know, there's not really a lot bad you can say about the Cougars' defense here today. They, the points on the board tell a different story than the effort that they've given on the field.
So 2nd and 3 for Guelph here.
I'm expecting at some point we're going to see a receiver around again here soon, maybe right here.
They're going to give it to Small, looks like, up the middle. Does a nice job bouncing it back inside.
For a first. And as you can see, that movement with the receiver, it might be a case of them getting ready to set it up for this play.
Yeah, they have just run that play so successfully today, bringing that receiver around and
Eric DeMarch is in on
handing it
stop.
off on the end
Play
around
results
and
in first down.
getting big yards
At
with those
12:41.
receivers using their speed,
Yep.
getting to the outside.
With it being the same movement as that up the middle, you know, you got to make a choice really. There we go.
There it is, number 6.
And very nicely defended by the Cougars.
Good job that time. It was Xavier Rogers with the carry.
Stopped by Braden Fisher. And Eric DeMarch.
Well, it appears like the defense is picking up on
Brings
that
up second
same
down and 5.
action movement that I was just speaking of, and maybe a little bit of a key for them.
Yeah, they've certainly seen it enough times today, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think we might be seeing them go to the air here. Whoa.
A high snap. Good job to just pull it in by Reinhardt, and then
Whoa.
good pressure from the Cougars.
Definitely.
Loss on that play.
It just goes to show you how important that snap is. It just takes the whole timing off, and what could have been a first down for them becomes a loss of yards.
With the carry.
Yeah, they lost about 3 or 4 yards there, and that brings up a 3rd and long here, 3rd and 8. So Guelph brings on their punting team.
Loss of 3 brings up
So
third
once
down
again,
and 8.
the Cougars
From the
defense
12-43.
do a great job, and going to give the offense another shot on the field here in a couple minutes.
Well, I'm hesitant to call the punting team after we saw Peterborough in here 2 weeks ago, and they lined up to punt maybe, I'm going to guess 10 times, and only punted maybe actually 2 or 3 times. It was a fake punt almost every single time.
Oh, geez.
And that's a short snap there, and they just get it off. Good pressure there from the Cougars.
That was McIntyre again.
Konecki with the return. He picks it up on the bounce, and he's got some room. Oh, and then takes a good pop there.
A great tackle by number 33. Giving up a lot of size to Konecki, but just a picture-perfect tackle there.
Lucas DiPieri with the tackle, linebacker.
Stopped by number 33, Lucas DiPieri.
Lucas DiPieri has quite a few fans in the stands by the sounds of it.
A little something to cheer about. Good hit and tackle there for the linebacker. Guelph.
Well, it's been nice too because you know, we're sitting right in behind these Guelph fans, and a lot of times when you have visiting fans, you know, there's some things yelled out that aren't very nice, and these Guelph fans have been nothing but class acts in front of us here, from what I've heard.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, very good fans here from Guelph. We're going to drop back to pass, a change at quarterback too, and that pass, oh my, falls incomplete. It looked like the defensive back had a beat on it and then misread it, and it actually looked like fell right into the hands of the intended receiver, who was actually surprised to get it. I think they both misread it.
Well, it looks like they're bringing in this Marcus Shad has got the big arm, so it looks like they want to get a quick one here, which makes sense.
Yeah, Marcus Shad with that pass, and
looks like Butcher's playing the slot out this side.
Yeah, that's right. It's nice when you have interchangeable athletes like that.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of good athletes on this team.
They trice up the little inside screen there. We do have a flag. That pass caught by Jacob Broad from Marcus Shad, who has a touchdown reception from earlier in this game, 56-yard touchdown reception from Jalen Butcher.
And on that play, it looked like he, looking back, he could have probably had a picnic lunch before he caught that ball and ran for it.
It looks like this flag's going against the Cougars, because it looks like the special team's coming on here.
Holding calling in Chatham-Kent.
See another punt by Trevor Niven here.
Yep, the holding call declined by Guelph, forcing the 3rd down and long situation, 3rd and 11.
It'd be interesting to see whether we got some trickery planned here. Long way to go, but at this point, it might be worth a shot.
Oh, they came back.
Looks like Guelph's coming, though.
Oh, they just get that kick off, too. Good job by Niven. That ball's caught cleanly at about the 35, and he's coming across the field. Looks like a Cougar defender has a beat on him. And
just
a good
great
tackle there from number 21, Jacob Broad. Well done.
Wow. As he was being lit up on a block. Very great tackle.
Wow, that was impressive. Good hand strength there from Jacob Broad to hold on to the jersey as he's being blocked and making a tackle at the same time.
Yeah, all he had left over was that hand after that. That was a great block by the Guelph guy, and great job bringing him down.
It's not too often you see that where a player's making a tackle at the same time that he's about to get lit up like that and able to hold on.
Definitely. So one thing that you really notice in this game and special teams is there's teams that every kid on it is looking to knock somebody out, and there's some special teams where kids are standing around, and you don't want to be the one standing around.
No, if you're not going all out, that's when you're going to get hurt.
Exactly. Well, that's a good gang tackle there by a host of Cougars defenders.
Sergeant Sethi on the reception.
Yeah, that's the one thing you learn about this game. If you're not going as hard as you can,
tackled by Eric DeMars.
You learn real fast. You better get moving.
Definitely. And even earlier on, remember coaching at the younger levels, and when you have kids that aren't really at that point yet where they're ready to run through somebody, and trying to get them to understand that it hurts a lot less going hard than it does to come weak and get rolled up on or something.
That's right.
Oh, looks like that was
good
a
pressure there from the Cougars.
Yep. I think there might have been a missed handoff or something.
That was Zach Gooderberg with the sack. Maybe a bit of a broken play. That brings up 3rd and 6.
And I believe that was, it looks like maybe they Guelph had changed quarterbacks there. I think number 12.
3rd down and 6.
Walker Breen was in there. That took that sack, I believe. Maybe they've decided that it's time to get that Guelph prospect off the field before the senior Gryphons have something to say about it.
Yeah, maybe there's a University of Guelph scout in the stands that made the call to the sidelines. We'd appreciate it if you could take Joe Breinhardt out of the game now.
Yeah. Not only take him out, but just to take him out, but because you're running him like a mule, and you don't need to right now.
Punt rolls out of bounds.
So that punt rolls out of bounds. The Cougars going to take over at the
Chatham 34-yard line.
34-yard line. Again, trailing the Guelph Junior Gryphons. 39-13, 6:17 to go here in the 4th quarter. Again, this is varsity football. You're watching on TV Cogeco here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex under the lights here. As we mentioned earlier, since the sun's gone down, a beautiful, beautiful evening for football.
Well, anytime that I can stop perspiring, I'm happy. So.
First and 10 here.
Shad
at quarterback again.
There's nice
that arm.
Ball.
Dewan Mayu not going to be happy with himself on that one. Goes right through his hands.
Pass goes through the hands of Dewan Mayu.
And Marcus Shad not only has a deep arm, he has a very strong arm too. That ball was on a rope.
And that's the thing too, when you change quarterbacks as a receiver, you're maybe not used to the different velocities that the quarterbacks will throw it either. Maybe that ball getting there a little bit faster than Mayu's used to.
Yeah, and Mayu's usually quite sure-handed, so that could exactly be the case.
Oh, Shad's not going to get away from that tackle there.
Quarterback sack on the play.
Number 52 with the sack. That's David Wesley James.
Tackles by David Wesley James.
And it's just another case of one of those jailbreaks where, they look at down and distance, and Guelph is just going to come with it. And It's unfortunate.
The Chatham 20-yard line.
Now we're looking at 3rd and about a mile at this point.
Yeah, no question here. The Cougars going to be punting. It's about just shy of 25 yards here the Cougars would need for a first down. Trevor Niven back to punt this one away again.
This is where he's going to need a real big kick.
Snap a little bit long. Nice kick there from Trevor Niven. Nice hanging kick, and good coverage there from the special teams too.
And you know, even as simple as it, you know, the kick returners knowing exactly where to be, knowing that Mr. Niven has got a big leg.
That's right.
That returner barely had to move to field that ball. So that's just good paying attention by players for Guelph.
That brings up 1st and 10 for the Guelph Junior Gryphons.
Yeah, we definitely have a different quarterback in there.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Walker Breen now in at quarterback for Guelph. He turns and looked like maybe it was a bit of a broken play.
And I think the last one that he was in on was the same situation. I think it's just maybe a matter of not a lot of reps by this young man. And it's showing really quickly.
Yeah, he's able to pick up about 2 there, just running for his life, trying to find an opening. Looked like he just turned to hand the ball off, and not sure if he turned the wrong way or what the case might have been, but nobody there to give it to, and he just swallows it and tries to make something out of nothing.
Yes, definitely. And, you know, kudos to Guelph to start getting some guys off their bench, because in this league we do see a lot of scores being run up, and it's nice to see.
They throw the center screen there. That was well executed. It looks like it's going to be enough for a first down.
Screen pass for Roger Kinga.
Roger Kinga with the catch, and then had a couple of those big men out in front of him to clear the path.
By Thomas Van Ray.
And that was enough for the first down. You know, you mentioned getting some of the backups in too. We remarked before the game started how many players brought with them. I mean, we were estimating maybe 50. They've got 50 guys over there.
They definitely came down on a bus that was full.
Yeah, they've got a lot of players.
Yep, and it's nice to see.
This time they'll hand it off, and looks like it's Kinga maybe again. We got a flag. That likely going against Guelph, you would imagine, usually in the area of maybe an illegal block in the back or a hold in the secondary.
Yeah, I know. Going on with that about the Guelph putting a few kids out there from their bench. I know at least at our level, I've seen some really wild scores so far, with a lot of 77 to nothings and stuff. And obviously, wasn't at those games, but it just kind of boggles me how you get up that high if you're not putting in kids that need some play time. So again, kudos to Guelph. They've got a firm enough lead here late in the game, and they've got a few players in that maybe don't get a lot of playing time, and that's the way it should go, in my opinion at least.
No doubt. I think most would agree. I mean, and you've got players of all different levels, calibers, and experience as well. You've got players that probably are in their first year that don't have a lot of playing time at this level. Give them a taste.
Yep,
I mean, those are always good motivators into an off season. You think about those only couple plays that you got, but where you can improve and wanting to get better.
Yes, definitely. On the JV level this year, we've got a few kids that have never played the game before, and which is kind of unbelievable, really, with the amount of kids that I have that have played it since it seems like forever. And some of these kids are the kids that are there every night, and they're working their butts off every night. And like as a coach, you long for those opportunities to get those kids in, because they really do deserve playing time.
As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Kevin, a coach at the junior varsity level. And boy, it's a great experience coaching. You get so much out of coaching the kids and watching them develop. And boy, that looked like was an interception and then knocked out. Looked like the receiver turned defender there, and a good job.
No, and he's doing his push-ups for missing it. Very good. I like to see that. That's great. And even that's the Guelph fans there that are clapping. So there you go. Like I said, these Guelph fans are great. They're clapping for our guy.
He knows he should have had that pick and doing his push-ups for not holding on to it.
Yeah, I'm not a big one for any glory getting on the field, but I like seeing something like that because that's discipline right there. I like that.
That was Tanner Emery, number 44, pounding out those push-ups, and the crowd appreciating the effort.
Yes, definitely.
And you know, I mean, yeah, you maybe don't like to see it as a coach, but at the same time, maybe that's a little bit of motivation for the rest of his teammates to say, hey, look, this means something to me. I'm going to pay the price, do my push-ups, and
yes,
I'm going to give it my all every single play.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, more so for me, it's more like the pounding of the chest and making it about you rather than the team that you're, like celebrating by yourself after a big touchdown or something like that. I'm a big believer in the Barry Sanders just hand it off to the ref and go back to the huddle,
Yeah, act like you've been there before.
Exactly.
Or celebrate with your teammates. Don't make it all about yourself kind of thing, because there are other guys on the field that made it happen for you kind of thing.
Yep. And that's one thing as a coach that I've always did is that I preach team. And I'm not a guy that likes the names on the back of the jerseys because it individualizes guys. Like you play as a team, and you lose as a team, you win as a team. You got to rely on each other. So
good punt there from Guelph. This one's going to land in front.
Oh, another flag.
Oh, we've got a couple flags here, and finally the tackle made.
I'm almost thinking
McIntyre.
I'm almost thinking I like these new jerseys, but maybe some of these guys are wearing a little bit too big because it seems like there's been a lot of jersey tackles here tonight. Usually if you get them tight enough, you're not seeing that type of tackling. So.
Aren't you supposed to, was it the Pam you're supposed to spray the jerseys with so that the hands would slide off the jerseys so you can make the hand tackles on the jerseys?
Or some Crisco or something. I think if you get caught, you might get in a little bit of trouble, though. As we sit beside a referee just down the way here, we better keep that one quiet. Oh, he's retired, but he's still in cahoots with him, so we got to watch what we say. Well, I hope that our JV team has a little bit better of an outcome tomorrow afternoon against the Guelph Junior Gryphons that we'll be playing.
And certainly, I'm sure you're expecting a pretty big squad from them as well.
Yes, it's a great run here by Guelph is a team that we don't know an awful lot about. I've been out of the game for a couple of years. Just came back this year, and Guelph has come over since I've been gone from, I believe, the OVFL. So I don't really know what to expect from them other than the fact that they're 2-0. So they can't be bad, but we've got a squad that if we go on all cylinders, I think we can give anybody a go in the league. So we'll see what happens.
That was Alex Gardner on the reception for the Cougars, enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 here for Chatham again, and you're going to throw the ball this time. Mayu makes up for that drop earlier.
He might have got himself a push-off, though. I'm not sure here. I don't know what that flag is.
Flag on the play.
Marcus Shad with the throw. So we mentioned in a quarterback now for Jalen Butcher, who is still out on the field, lined up as a receiver, number 10. Let's see if it's against Mayu or the defender.
Against Guelph, yeah.
Oh, it's against Guelph, and it was in that area where the reception was made.
Yep. It just seemed like Mayu ended up having a lot of space between him and the defender when he made that catch. So I didn't necessarily see it, but that's usually when you start thinking that maybe a little bit of a push-off. But
it's a 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs here for the Cougars. Oh, the exchange on the handoff. Bobbled.
Good job by Shad to get back on that ball.
2nd and 10 now from their 45-yard line for the Cougars after that bobbled exchange.
Well, and this is the time where we're going to see Guelph pinning their ears back again, and hopefully Shad's going to get this away pretty quick.
Oh, a high snap. Shad able to pull it in. He runs out to his
got-
right side, looking for a receiver downfield. He lets it go. He does have a man out there, and that falls incomplete.
Parker Shad's pass falls incomplete.
That would have been good for a first down. I think you're right earlier when you said I do believe it's probably got a lot to do with a different type of ball that's going into the hands of these receivers with Shad throwing it.
And that time it was, I believe it was Jalen Butcher was the intended receiver. Oh, no, I apologize. I take that back. I think that was, I'm going to correct myself here. I think that might have been Alex Gardner.
Yeah, Gardner, I believe. Unless we had Butcher run a really quick drag.
So Shad drops back to throw, and he's going to let this one air out, let his receiver try and make a play, and he does.
Oh, he did.
No, it falls incomplete. Wow. That was Dwan Mayu on the far side, nearly making a highlight reel catch. We've already seen one or two of those this season, and we know he has the ability.
Yep. It's the time of the game where maybe it got a little bit lost in the lights because there was a lot of air underneath that ball. We're getting down to the time where maybe Guelph will be looking at kneeling the ball here soon, and
Guelph will take over the Chatham-Kent 44.
hopefully not trying to pour more on.
Yeah, 39-13. Guelph leads Chatham-Kent. 1:06 to go here in this football game. Varsity football on TV Coach Go you're watching.
And they do exactly that.
The clock ticks down now, under a minute to go.
I think with the second string quarterback in there, a little antsy with the first kneel there, taking no time off the clock. So.
Well, this is the right thing to do with the score the way it is,
definitely.
and last thing you want to see is somebody get hurt,
Yep.
and obviously you don't want to run up the score on anybody. It's a comfortable enough lead.
Well, and it goes hand in hand with what we've said all the way along here with them bringing kids off the bench later in the game. The way the Guelph fans have been in front of us here, obviously a class act organization there that they're running, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it has been a good football game. Obviously, Guelph, extremely strong running game. The Thunder Lightning combination of Nathan Small and Ryan Penoro really took control of this game early on and flexed their muscle.
Definitely. Yep. And Chatham, just really didn't recover from it, but a good game in light of the scoreboard. It was a very entertaining game, definitely.
Yeah, and, at least a couple of highlights for the Cougars. The 56-yard touchdown catch by Marcus Shad from Jalen Butcher, and then the 95-yard kickoff return to start the second half from Nathan McIntyre. So certainly some highlights and some things to build on for this Chatham-Kent Cougars organization, the Varsity team. But at the end of this game, the Cougars fall to 0-3. The Guelph Junior Gryphons improved to 3-0. Again, your final score here, 39-13. Thank you for joining us for this varsity football action from the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. On behalf of my partner here this evening, Kevin Pugh, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Jeff Brooks on the camera, and myself, Mike James. Again, thank you very much for watching varsity football here on TV Coach Co. Guelph defeats Chatham-Kent 39-13. Have yourself a great night.